This is All Things Black with Garland and Calvin. I'm Calvin. He's Garland. I don't know who that is with them. And you know what? Before I even go any further, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna give him the floor right now for a minute. Just go ahead, sir. You got like 5 seconds.
I just happy belated Father's Day to all the dads out there, and it's good to be king.
First of all, we just came off of Juneteenth weekend,
Yeah,
celebrating unity and the it's not the official end of slavery. I don't know why they keep talking about it's the official end of slavery. It's not
right.
the it's
That's
when
in
the
Texas.
other blacks found out that
Right,
slavery was over.
right.
We came off of Father's Day weekend. We black people were really unified and loving all weekend, and here you come with this divisive belt. The belt does nothing but divide us.
This is about unity. This is about us. You know what I'm saying? It's about us. It's about sharing. It's about Juneteenth. It's about being strong and black.
It's about cheating. It's about unfairness. And it's about moving on right now. So once again, this is All Things Black with Garland and Calvin. I'm Calvin. He's Garland. He's wearing the championship belt. We'll get that
Cheating.
back one day, people. Don't worry about it. But today, we are on season 4, episode 5 of the Spook Who Sat by the Door. Last night's
Mm-hmm.
episode was packed. And I guess we got to get into it, man. People were they were jumping on the group, jumping in, talking about it before we even got started. So let's
Yeah.
get to it right now. And also, we'd like to thank everybody. We know it's thundering out here. We know it's a lot of storming going on, and black people like to sit in the corner with all the electricity off. So,
Right.
thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get started.
Trust me, we had that talk like, should we shut it down right now or should we keep going? And so we decided we're going to defy grandma and we're going to keep on going. Okay. So please forgive us. All right. This week's episode ended with a bang, much to the chagrin of Chicago Mayor Otis Perry, who suffered what appeared to be a pretty bad gut shot. We finally saw the kiss that splits Kevin and Gemma, sending him running from a black tie gala. And finally, we found out the connection between Twig, between Trig and Rashad, right before a verbal blowout that is sure to rear his head again. And so the title of last night's episode comes from the book, The Spook Who Sat by the Door. It was written by Chicago native Sam Greenlee. It tells the fictional story of Dan Freeman, the first black CIA officer, and of the CIA's history of training persons in political groups who later used their specialized training in gathering intelligence, political subversion, and guerrilla warfare against the CIA. The book was made into a movie in 1973, and it was directed by an actor named Ivan Dixon. Some of you, if you're my age, you may remember Ivan Dixon. He played the black soldier in Hogan's Heroes. That was Ivan Dixon. And Ivan Dixon also, he was a TV director, and he did an independent film, Nothing But a Man Is Real Good. Is You probably can find it on TMC. It's an excellent movie. And so, Ivan Dixon directed that film. So anyway, let's get into it. Now, let's start at the gala. And so at the gala, the episode's main event was a gala honoring Tracy for her activism work in the bid for the Olympics, which I still am trying to accept as a legitimate storyline, but I don't quite get it. But nonetheless, whatever. They're trying to get the Olympics. And so the latter of which is a personal mention of Gemma's dad, who is Perry's right-hand man. If you remember from last year, he got Perry elected and all those things. And so, but the gala was the setting for several conflicts. And so let's start with the first one. And I labeled this me, she, and he. And that's Gemma, Jake, and Kevin. And so Jake gave Gemma an ultimatum. Do you want him? Or do you want me? Because I want you. Yeah, it was like Purple Rain, bro. He gave it the ultimate. He said, look, you want homie or you want me? I mean, what you gonna do? You afraid? You shame of me? You gonna put me up to daddy? Or I'm your hood slice. That's all you want. You just want to bop in the hood, get some fish, get a half and a half, salt, pepper, ketchup on the fries. That's what you want. But you don't want to take me to the mansion. You don't want to take me to the Jack and Jill meetings. You don't want to take me to the boule. Nah, I'm your hood cut. But that's all right. She was fiending. She wanted old plaques in his head. Jake, old sucker boy, stabbing his boy in the back. I'm sorry, man. I'm just upset about that. Now, why couldn't Kevin, yeah, Calvin, why couldn't Kevin see the signs before? It was all right there. I mean, go ahead, man. Say something. Why how come Kevin blind is Stevie?
Kevin thinks he's grown, but that game of love spares no man. And Kevin got caught. And and we've all been there, when that relationship about to be over, you start doing things that you normally wouldn't do. You start asking fishing questions like, I said, did you want something to drink? You start doing things like that, so Kevin knew it was over. He just didn't know how it would be over. And Jake, and now as I call him from WWF fame, Jake the Snake, because Jake is clearly stabbing his boy in the back. And you went to the Prince song. I came up a little, just a few years more, and I went to today's song and my man Big Bub, him, me. Him,
Right?
me. Do you really want him? Do you really want me?
Yeah.
Now that's actually what Kevin would be singing from the song, but it's
Right.
all about this. It's all the same thing. But yeah, man. Somebody was asking why Kevin get to roam the streets. Kevin wanted to be grown. Kevin asked to be grown, and his mama let him be grown in the counselor's office. So I guess that's what he gets to do. But hey, with great power comes great responsibility. Now he's seen what happened. My question is, why doesn't Kevin have a father figure in his life? Because the way he was running away, who runs like he had his arms flailing to the side like he was swimming and run. Like he don't even run like a little boy. But maybe the streets of Chicago, they don't actually grow up playing any sports or anything. I have no idea what's
Well,
going
maybe
on.
he learned to run from Keisha because she was a track star. She's a runner. She's a track star.
That's
But
right. That's right.
that's right.
Hey
Okay.
man, and look, now Gemma is real shady in this one. You
Yeah.
would think Gemma would be the one like, I'm so sorry we doing this, but Gemma's all in his face. Well, I know what you're doing. And Jake the Snake is like, what? You just trying to make me jealous. Is it working? Like Gemma is actually pursuing his boy in front of him. Yo,
Right.
Gemma is crut ball. And then she seen him and was like, oh shit. But then when they were walking down the hall later, she holding his hand, smiling like, well, I
Right.
got what I really wanted. Like, yo, Gemma's a crut ball,
Yeah.
man.
I'm like,
Gemma's a crut ball.
why y'all go out in
Jake's
the
a
back and
snake.
kiss? You should have just tongued her right there on the floor.
I mean, if you bout it, why you ain't just get
Yeah,
it
why
down
y'all
right
faking?
then and there? Just,
Cause she on
I
the
mean,
little text like, it's yeah. Oh no, no, you don't want to see you don't want to see my tux. Oh no, it's not important. And old boy standing right there like, oh, you done? Let's go. Let's go get this Chicago hot dog. Let's go get this joint. Let's go get a beef sandwich. I mean, he just like, all right, let's go get some Chicago style pizza. We out. I,
that's what
yeah.
Kevin should have known. You want me to send you a picture of my tux so you can see? She was like, it ain't even all that
Right,
serious, bro.
right, 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 right. You asking all these questions. She like, yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah. You sitting at
Yeah,
home on the
Jim.
bed looking crazy. And that's my
Yeah,
next
Jim is a
one.
corrupt ball. Jake the Snake. Yeah. I felt bad for Kevin. I've had my heart broken, and I felt bad for Kevin. I felt
Like,
bad for him. But you gotta learn, bro. You gotta
that's
learn,
gotta
bro.
be that's gotta
Gotta
be
learn.
rough, shorty up in here, you come up on the steps and you see a little tongue fight up on the back steps. Yeah, that guy hurt your little guts a little bit. But but my next question, Calvin, is okay, yeah, let's go back to Kevin. Where his parental supervision? He just out here catching Ubers, running the streets. And he had no, I mean, at least Imani went to the little gala with Jake, the little snake boy. Where I know,
Listen,
first of all, okay, his sister having a baby. Why he at the gala?
that's hey. So listen, whenever I'm speeding in my wife's car the car
Mm-hmm.
with her name on it, she'll
Mm-hmm.
be like, "You better slow down before you get a ticket." I'm all like, why? That's your car. Hey, why Kevin got to be there? That's her baby. Kevin grown. Kevin want to be out on the streets. That's her baby. Hey man,
Man.
I'm listen. Let's end this once and for all. Why do y'all keep asking what is wrong with Kevin's mama? Y'all know she ain't no good parent. We already know this. Why we keep
See?
saying, "Damn, how he gonna be out like that?" We know how, cause his mother don't care. She ain't got
Right.
no discipline in there.
No
She
wonder no wonder he out here smoking cherry blunts and drinking brown liquor.
and
Y'all
she
letting
she
the
been
business run the streets.
she being a doula. Ain't it called a doula? Who's the
A
doula?
doula.
In well, I guess
She
we'll get to that. Never mind.
she
Never
being
mind.
a dummy. That's what she been. She ain't being a doula. She being a dummy. But we're gonna get to her in a minute. All right, man. Now what guarantees to almost be as big as when JR was shot on the TV show Dallas back in the 70s. Uh Duda got shot last night. The mayor of Chicago has no police protection, y'all. He's up on the roof trying to get some booty, and he don't even got police watching the little side door. No, there's no police anywhere, and somebody comes up and shoots Duda in the gut. But it looks like Duda's going to make it. But how is the mayor of Chicago able to be shot on a rooftop, no less, of a building, and there's no Duda? Just every time I see Duda, there's no police protection. He's the
So
mayor of a major city. You're
wait a
portraying
minute.
Duda as the mayor of Chicago. At least Mayor Royce on the wire, he got caught getting his blingy sucked. At least his guy came in and caught him on the wire. You ain't never see Royce out here in the streets by himself.
But
Come
but but
on,
wait.
man.
But do I know that the police don't like him? He know people are after him. Do they not have metal detectors in this place to at least they not checking people coming in? And first of all, let's back up. Let's back up. Um, when we were watching it, we felt like and we realized because you mentioned Dallas and JR, there was a build up. There's a build up. We seen
Right.
that he was gonna get shot. Who shot JR? Build up every week. This didn't build up. It was just kind of like, oh, dude, I got shot. We knew it was gonna happen, but it was just like, oh, he got shot. I thought they were gonna really show some suspects, and they barely did any of that. I wanted the build up. I
First,
mean, I don't understand. And he about to take Tracy on the roof and get some. But why he had just told Tracy, you can either accept it or you can move the fuck on. What? Which by the way was a great line. You know what I
right,
mean? That was the
right.
dude I know. You like
Yeah, yeah.
you know
I,
what it
I,
is.
I want the dude that's moving heroin. I don't want the dude that's making laws.
Dude, I hit him with the universal black hood gangster line that you get from school to the streets, which is, did you hear about the rape? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know
I
nothing
don't
about
know.
that.
I don't know nothing about
I
that.
don't know nothing about that. He hit it with the universal line. Hey, I ain't say I always been the mayor or whatever he said.
Right.
You like it or you can move the fuck on. Like
Now,
now let's
now
go up on the roof.
I know Candy threatened him a little bit. Candy was talking. I couldn't really understand what she was going to say, and I was going to turn on the subtitles because she was talking like this while they were dancing. So I didn't really understand what Candy had said. I had just heard do this response.
When I was watching that, I was like, "What she say?"
Yeah, I almost turned on the subtitles. I was like, "What did Candy say?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm not drinking yet.
It
This is
was
not a
like,
drink."
"You're gonna have a position for me in your,
Yeah,
in your." But the
and
thing
now
is,
it's
don't
a
you already have a position, Candy? Like you got a position. I don't even under. But wait a minute. So, dude, I get on the stage and he makes this great. Let me separate it. Otis Perry gets on the stage
Otis
and
Perry.
makes this great
Otis Perry.
speech. But then he says, and we're going to approach it with a diverse something about the Olympics. And he was about to talk about it, but then they cut away from it. And then when they came back, it was over. I was like, well, what's this grand idea? I want to know too. Like, what's this? I guess they ain't
Calvin,
really had no idea. They just wanted us to think he did.
it was like they was in the meeting room and they was like, hey, let's do something for the middle episode. Hey, let Judah get shot. By who?
Everybody that I thought was a suspect outside of the police department and maybe Gemma's dad, I can't connect them to the shooting because it just didn't seem like they were really angry enough.
Calvin, he in a hotel. You the man. Get a suite, bruh. What you gonna do it to him on the HVAC system up on the roof? What you gonna put it up on the vent? You gonna have gravel in your butt? Bruh, you the man. Get a room.
Maybe he had some pigeons. Maybe he had some pigeons up there like Mike Tyson that he wanted to show up.
He gonna be up there like this.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, but all right, Lena. I don't know what you're doing, Lena. Maybe it was a Netflix show. You ain't have enough time for this show because you doing a Netflix joint. I don't know, but yeah, anyway.
All right. Look, somebody said, and it was cold outside. As a grown man, we already know if it ain't optimal conditions for the woman, she ain't doing it. Calvin, he should have went out there. Nah, she ain't gonna like this one.
Unless they had a memory foam bed up on that roof with a comforter.
But in every show that you've ever seen that a couple has been on the roof, don't they always get locked on the roof?
Yeah.
So why would he go up there anyway? That's always been one of my biggest fears, to be locked on the roof. Remember in The Hangover, the dude was locked on the roof. He had to throw the stuff off the top of the hotel so they would know he's on the roof. Every show that goes on the roof, somebody gets locked up there. And he ain't had nobody with him, so he...
Not Mayor Perry. He's got the key to every building. He can do whatever he wants. He walks like Duda, but he is the mayor. So, all right. And then let's talk about your girl Tracy. Now, during her speech, she said her son died at the hands of the police. But wasn't her son's killer still unknown?
Well, no. So if you remember at the end of the season with what's his name? Fred Williams, I believe that's his name. Right when he killed Duda's secondhand guy, he told him that the cop killed him. Remember the white guy cop killed him? That's why the Fred Williams character, and I keep saying Fred Williams. I called him Glenn Turman one time. I can't remember his name. But anyway, that's why he's no longer on the show, because he killed the cop that killed his son, which is Tracy's son. It was real quick. It was a scene where, remember, Reg had the guy in the trunk. And he took him to him and he killed him. But he had already told him that the cop was the one that actually killed him, but he had something to do with it. So the cop actually did do it. So Tracy probably knew. But I don't think it was public knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, I believe Tracy knew, but I don't believe there was a big deal made of this corrupt cop killed my son. So I'm thinking she put out some information that no one else really knew except the audience and her.
Yeah, it just was kind of crazy. So back when the show was good, when they actually had real good plot lines, because remember that they had the cop, she was about to take down Duda. She had my man working for her. He was going to, kind of turn little state's evidence because Duda was supporting his little food truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he wanted to get rapey, and it just blew the whole thing up. And so, such is life. Yeah, thank you. I forgot his name. Mitchell's his last name. Thank you, dude, for
he got real Martin-y.
He got very. Yeah, he got very Martin and Gina-ish. That's just a rumor that there's not Yeah, we
No,
do not have
no,
facts on all
no,
things black. Please do not try
no,
to get us litigated. No, it's
no.
what
That's
we
not.
heard.
I don't believe that's a rumor. I believe that. I believe that
Well,
she's confirmed that
unless
that
we
was.
unless we
Yeah.
have
Okay.
testimony, we
Okay.
won't get
Moving on.
sued. All right,
Okay.
good.
Moving on.
All right, let's talk about the birth, man. Keisha is having a baby, and the world is better for it. Keisha is at work when she goes into labor. I don't know why Keisha was back at work. She was just in the hospital having Braxton Hicks contractions. But hey, go ahead, do your thing, black woman. Don't want to put no, chains on y'all. So, but also, Calvin, while she's at work, we meet another new character and possibly a new love interest for Keisha. Now, I honestly didn't know anyone else worked in the shop besides her because I never saw anybody else there. But all of a sudden, this dude pops up and they just start chit chatting. But the show, they, as the Shy does, they nonchalantly drop this new guy in who's the opposite of nearly every male character we've encountered in recent seasons. He sounds a little introspective. He's working because he has bills and all of these other things. The new character, he seems nice enough, but couldn't they at least, maybe put him in the season premiere so we know this guy's no, it's not what the Shy does. The Shy just halfway through the season, the Shy introduces a whole new character. Thank
Hey
you.
man. Hey man. But I'm not mad at the character. He's a former basketball player. He might be the baby daddy when Keisha decides not to get a baby away, because I believe that's going to happen. I think everybody thinks that's going to happen.
Right.
And they had a lot in common. And he liked Keisha. He know about her story. Keisha needs some love, man. Keisha needs some victories, man. The
Yeah.
high school track coach ain't coming back for her.
Right.
Keisha needs some victories. Give Keisha the love. Although I guess to each his own. Everybody's into different things, and I guess what some people find weird, others don't find weird. I've always found it weird to approach women that are pregnant. Like it almost seems like a fetish. And I don't know if
Right.
pregnant women feel like that, but it always seems like a fetish. And who wants to be treated like a fetish? Well, I guess when you're young,
Right.
you
I
wouldn't
mean,
mind being treated
maybe
like a fetish.
he's turned on by women in their third trimester, and he likes the smell of
Hey, to each his
amniotic
own,
fluid.
man. He seems like he's nice. Look like a little Bob/Chance the Rapper type looking
Right,
dude up
right,
on the
right,
show.
right.
I thought he was gonna bust out and rhyme or something. He seems like a nice guy. But they all seem nice at first on the Shy. Then next thing you know,
Mm-hmm.
he might be sleeping with Dre. You know what I mean? They might
Right.
be in a
He
relationship
might be the
together.
rapey. He might be the kidnapper's son. You never. That's what's going to
Yeah,
happen the
you
next
just never know.
episode.
You never
You
know.
just never know with the Shy. They
You
keep
might be
you on your
right about
toes.
that. Who said
Somebody
the
said the
bigger the
bigger the
belly, the
belly, the
sweeter?
sweeter the
Yeah,
cheese.
who's that? We need to get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So the plan is a home birth, much to Nina's displeasure. Sweetheart, I already told you our babies don't do well in hospitals. This is what Dre told her, and Nina's response was, "Well, what if something goes wrong? What if the baby comes out with the umbilical cord wrapped around its neck? What do we do then? Become Grey's Anatomy?" And so, what are your thoughts about this storyline? I mean, she had the baby, all those things. She had it in a little kiddie pool in the house. My question is this, and maybe you caught this. Okay, she decided she's going to give the baby to Olivia. I think that's the woman's name, the character's name, Olivia. But have they? I never knew she was really sure about that. They signed some papers. I mean, she had the baby, and she's there. She gives her the baby, and they sit in the house. I thought when you get the baby up adoption, they bounce.
Yeah, I. So because I'm not, they were doing the. Of course, they were doing the natural water birth, but they were also channeling the ancestors, things like that. So it's really hard to say how that works because maybe there's different rules, and different states recognize different things. Maybe that can be a recognized adoption if there's witnesses in that sort of scenario. I don't know. I really honestly didn't find it too weird because Keisha had already committed to giving her the baby. So once the baby was born, they put it in her hands. So I didn't find it too weird. The only thing I was thinking was like if mom isn't comfortable and keeps complaining. I like how the woman bought in. I guess that woman is the doula, and I apologize if anyone knows. I don't know. And sat her down to calm her down. I actually didn't think the scene was bad. The only thing that was baffling me, and blame this on me being the male, like the pool was just cloudy white. Like, don't no blood come out? Like, I know when my
Right.
children were
That
born, I saw blood. I see
right.
blood. Was there no blood? So the
That's
water just gonna just be cloudy, like like lukewarm water. There ain't gonna be no blood in the water. But other than that, I didn't take issue with the scene. I thought the scene showed black women being empowered and again reaching back to the ancestry. I actually,
mm-hmm.
appreciated the scene. Granted, it's unrealistic for Kevin not to know and be there, but that's a whole nother issue there.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah.
but
So,
yeah, I didn't take issue with it at all. And again, because Keisha had already committed to giving her the baby once the baby was born and cleaned up, they put it in her hands. So I'm assuming that's how they're going to
right.
do the adoption, or maybe
Like
there's some paperwork to be done later, or
right.
maybe there was paperwork to be done behind the scenes. I don't know.
Like when the baby came out, my wife was like, "Did they cut the umbilical cord? Did they?
Yeah,
Did they
like
do?" It was like when a chick had the baby on Martin and it shot out and he caught it and he wrapped it up. Remember that shit? They said, "Martin, where's the umbilical cord?" He said, "Man, this is TV."
We
That
was talking about that episode when we saw this because the baby did kind of just pop up out of the water. I was like, yeah, that looked like Martin.
baby came up like, "Hey, I cut my cord off myself, so when I came out, I'll be ready." Now let's go back to Nina and Jada. Okay, now this whole cover up that Dre is doing for Jada, it's dumb. My girl got cancer. I I'm trying to support her. Any person with some sense would just say, "Hey, look, I'm sorry. I don't want you to think nothing about my girl." Because they got to create something. Hey, and we get introduced to a new character next week. The brat look like the brat gonna try to
Mhm.
tap tap tap, rat a tat tat that ass.
Mhm.
So
Big baby.
right, big bang. Like, hey, how you doing? Like, Brat is out there being aggressive. Got the strap and it's everything. And so does it really have to come to? I'm sorry, Calvin. Does it really have to come to that Nina? You gotta go out and get some strap because you think Dre is out here cheating. Instead of saying, "Dre, I went through your phone. What's up?" You gonna go out here and get some extra strap. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's so weird because one of the things that when people say, "Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, but don't tell anybody," that really means don't tell anybody except your
Right,
spouse,
right,
the
right,
person that you're living with. Like, if you don't know that I'm going to tell my wife whatever it is you tell me, then you're disillusioned because
right,
my wife's going to know. Like, it don't matter what it is. So whatever secret you tell me, you're telling us.
right,
So even if my wife don't know you, it's just going to be because what needs to happen is if something come up where somebody say something, I don't need my wife being like, you knew? Like,
right,
yeah. No, so why is she trying to cause and that's real selfish of Jada because Jada is actually potentially causing a rift between them just because she doesn't want Keisha to find out, so Keisha doesn't tell her son. Well, number one, you should have been told your son, but she needs to tell her. But then again, Dre should have just been lying and been like, oh yeah, I ain't gonna tell her. Then baby, Guess who got cancer?
Right.
I know, right? She should have just told her. Like I don't understand. But I guess this whole storyline was building up because someone said why didn't she confront her at the birth? And I guess it's all building up so she can meet the brat, whoever the brat's character is going to be, so she can meet the brat, and that's another storyline for her, which she needs a storyline because her only storyline now is that she's a horrible mother. So
Right.
maybe it's all building up to that.
Right. So the brat a tat tat can get up in that back, blow out that
Glenda said,
capacity.
Glenda said, don't tell Garland and Calvin my secrets. You mean don't tell Garland, Paula, Calvin, and Katina your secrets because
Right.
she already know. She already know, Glenda.
Oops. Sorry about that, Glenda. Anyway. All right, so the last story of the night is we're talking about our boy Trig and Rashad. And so, um, Rashad, he's trying to get a job, and he's ironing the shirt and trying to get himself together to get out the house. And Imani tried to help him out and give him the little tie, and he freaked out and all that stuff. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, nonetheless, and so we get the backstory what happened between them two. They were out doing some nefarious stuff, and Trig was the lookout, and um, the crime landed Rashad in prison, and so Rashad lets him know, he could have snitched, but because of loyalty, he didn't, and so things get heated because Trig, finally has to let him know, like, look, you can't stay at the house no more. You're gonna have to go ahead and roll out. It's time for you to, head on out and, do your own thing. And so my thing, you didn't already did the prison time. The statute of limitations is up. So what you trying to snitch on Trig or something? That's already gone. But I'm getting a little scared because I think Rashad gonna do something to Imani, and him asking Trig was he gay? It definitely was a little bit out of bounds and stuff. What did you think about that interaction, and what you think? This with Rashad, his reaction, what he gonna do?
Yeah, well, first of all, I've seen a couple people talk about they're afraid that he's going to do something to Amani. Don't sleep on Amani. I
Right,
believe Amani got. I believe Amani ain't no. You just ain't going to roll up on Amani, and I think she already got her guards up and she ready for Rashad. You know what I mean? I don't sleep on Amani. I believe Amani can handle that. Um, I find it so weird that they bring a character that's an ex felon that doesn't seem to have any common sense. I know you go in this interview and you're already going in the interview thinking that it's not going to go in your favor. And the guy interviewing doesn't make it better. He wasn't one of those, yeah,
right,
man, I understand. Let's see what we're going. He was like, yeah, I don't make the final decision. And just drinking his coffee. Yeah, I'm there with you, brother. And I ain't never been locked in. You know what I mean? One of
right,
them that seemed like he got his position, but he don't really care about nobody else, which he doesn't have to. It's not his job. But you also can't blow up. When you're asking people for an opportunity, you can't blow up at them. You got to suck that one up. And if they don't give it to you, they don't give it to you. He messed that relationship up. He messed the only reason Amani wants him out is because of the way he's treating her.
right,
You in her house. You can't treat her that way. If anything, you're supposed to be her protection. You're supposed to do anything to help her around there. Then your boy telling you because of the way you act, you got to leave, and then you want to blow up with him. You can't do that. I think he's so stupid. Like, why are you literally biting the hand that feeds you? I don't. I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. And Rashad is one that I want to see lose in the episode because I don't really care for the character at all. He's everything that you just should not be, which is probably making him a great actor. Jason, we probably
right.
must be doing this thing on there because I absolutely can't stand him.
Yeah, I don't like his mustache. I'm like, yo, they couldn't give him a better little mustache on this, but I guess he has to look like he's grizzled. You know, he's just coming out of Cook County. For all my Chicago and Gary, Indiana people, I know a little bit about Chicago, so I know he's coming out, and that's where the Blues Brothers was locked up too. So I know he's coming out of Cook County, and so yeah, I'm really thinking he's gonna he's gonna try to do something to Imani. But yeah, like you said, I wouldn't sleep on Imani because she does carry a lot of threats around. She be throwing like, yeah, I'm about to kick a mud hole in somebody's butt. She always got something slick to say out of her mouth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she
And,
can
and
back it up.
another thing with and right now, Amani just doesn't want to deal with him because Amani want to slap the shit out of Tracy right now.
Right,
Amani,
right, right, right.
Amani was all like, "There's like great speech." I mean, I don't remember you talking about the little house
Right.
over there, but I mean, great speech.
I mean,
Kudos to you, bitch. But
right.
I
You
don't
said a
remember you
little
talking
something.
about the little girl that got killed.
Right,
But
right, right,
hey, do your thing.
right. Yeah, I mean,
Amadi ain't having it, man. Um, so when Rashad asked Trig if he was gay, if you remember when Trig first came on and Imani had him in the gay club,
mm-hmm.
remember he was sitting at the bar and the guys came up to him and he was ready to fight. When they went outside, he kept saying, "I'm not gay. I'm
Right,
not gay." And I think we were all kind of like, well, Imani is transgender. I don't think Trig considers himself gay. I think Trig looks at Amani as a woman and a full woman, and kudos to him for that. He doesn't see anything but a woman, and he doesn't consider himself gay. Which you can, however you want to label yourself is however you want to label yourself. No one should really care. Rashad again stepped out of bounds with something like that, but it did. You see that it did bother Trig because that's another thing that's come up with him. And someone also said that it's a trigger for Rashad to see Amani because it's bringing up some things that he's done in prison, which I wouldn't put it past him. I think we talked about when he first came on the scene that he probably already knew Imani was transgender. We come to find out that I guess he didn't. I don't see how he wouldn't, but
right,
yeah, I think Trig is going to have to. Well, actually, Trig doesn't have to deal with that. He's accepted Imani. They're together. He doesn't have to deal with that. Get Rashad out of there. He gave him to the weekend. Get his ass out today. Put
right,
his little. He probably only got one little trash bag of shit anyway. Throw that shit out.
right,
Fuck
right,
it.
right. It's time. Yo, get your little glad bag. Get out of here.
Who said Glenda said she hopes Tracy gets slapped? I actually like Tracy's character. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah. Tracy's she's selling out for Duda. She just she too caught up in Otis, and I really want to see next week because it looked like Otis going to make it through getting shot in his gut, which I don't know. But anyway, Otis looked like Otis going to pull through, and then we're going to get a lot of who done it, and look like Kevin he want to throw a couple little fists on Jake and whatnot. And hey man, just go ahead, and let it go, yo.
Let the
If
girl
you
go.
knew what she was doing, I understand that's your boy, but if you knew what she was doing, you might approach it a little differently.
Hey,
Yeah. So
I guess when we all that age, we all feel the same way. But
hey,
chalk it up to the game, sir.
yeah,
Like
it
it's,
it, it
it
it's got to
happens.
be bros over hoes, and so
Gotta be. Gotta
yeah,
be.
it gotta be
Gotta
bros over
be.
hoes.
Gotta be. Who? Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Who
go.
said is she Mountain Ronnie? What? What the heck? What? Who's what? Huh?
She morning Ronnie.
Oh, morning. Why did I read Mountain? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Yeah, it's
she
time
morning
to.
Ronnie. Yeah.
Where did I get Mountain?
Right. What can I say? How she? Was she on the casket? No, she morning Ronnie. Oh Lord. Anyway. Yeah, y'all. So another episode in the can of the Shy. We see what happens next week. Um, so that's what's up.
Yeah, maybe we'll get Drew Hill and JD on there, and they can, maybe she'll meet in the club, and they can do a remix of "In My Bed,"
Right,
So
right, right,
see the
right.
brat tat tat tat. Just real quick on the Brat. If you have not heard it, I don't know if it's on YouTube, but they have Ricky Smiley had the Brat doing an impression. I believe it was Tony Braxton, and it had me in stitches. I think it was Tony Braxton. If I find it, I'm gonna put it on the Facebook group for us to do that. Another thing, real quick, and this is outside of the show. Shout out to Nick Cannon, who is definitely making sure that no matter how they try to do voter suppression, that America will have enough black votes in the next 18 years to overcome anything, because he's out here making babies with everybody. Everybody. Dick Cannon got a new baby every month. Everybody.
They say Eddie out here making babies like that too. Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy making mixed babies though. He making them mixed babies.
I think he did.
You know. Nick got some mixed babies, but he making some black babies now. Nick Cannon putting on his little Haji turban, and he out there.
Looking like Johnny Quest. Maybe he might name the next baby Race Bannon Cannon.
Nick Cannon out here just like his show. Wildin'. We getting it, son. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed the episode of The Chi. Hope you all enjoyed the chat that we had. We'll see next week. Do we know the title of episode 6 yet?
Don't know the title of episode 6 yet, but it's going to be something that's not related to whatever happens in the show.
What are we waiting for? We're waiting for Native Son. Didn't you throw out there Native Son?
Yeah, I had to throw. Waiting for Native Son. No, we already had Native Son. We had Native
Son. Which one did
earlier.
Which one did you throw out there? We were waiting for. You were like, I think it's going to be this one.
I'm trying to remember.
Whatever. We'll figure it out. So, join us next week at 7:00. I also put this on Facebook. Crush Groove is now on Turner Classic Movies. Turner Classic Movies shows black and white movies. And over the weekend, I saw Crush Groove, which is my favorite movie ever, on there. And Crush Groove is not black and white. So I felt the oldest that I've ever felt in my life. Now I'm going to be watching Turner Classic Movies to see Crush Groove.
Crush Groove.
Once they put the last dragon and everything on there, we all gonna be old then. We all gonna be old.
They said, okay. Ashley said the next one is gonna be Candyman.
Really?
Hey, that's a Chicago movie.
Yeah, so last night's episode, I don't know if everyone else got it, but it was kind of a dark episode. The cinematography was kind of dark. I didn't know if that had anything to do with the title of the movie, because I'd never actually seen the Spook Who Sat by the Door. So the cinematography seemed a little different to me, but maybe that was
it seemed real smoky, like real, it was like real dark, like I'm like, okay,
I didn't know if that was an ode to the movie's title, or if it may be just kind of a build up for shooting of Otis Perry. So I'm not sure, but either way, everybody, we thank you for joining us once again. This is All Things Black with Garland and Calvin. I'm Calvin. He's Garland. Somewhere in there, he has that.
Everybody, I do have some battle ideas. I'll be floating them to Calvin in the next couple of days, and we're going to try to get something before, maybe a little bit after 4th of July. So we're going to get something in.
Yeah, the only problem with his battle ideas, he'll be like, can we battle like Luther Vandross and Bing Crosby? And I'll be Luther. And I'll be like, I don't know nothing about no Bing Crosby. Anyway, everybody, we thank you all for joining us. We will see you all next week. Later, Garland.
All right.